Hey everyone, you've got our Leos the Paladin here, and today we're looking at the first boss in the Liberation of Undermine, Vexie and the Geargrinders. Now this guide is intended for normal and heroic difficulty, so here's what you need to get the boss killed. So the boss is going to start with several stacks of protective plating, 4 in normal, 6 in heroic, and it'll start a burn phase once the plating is removed in phase 2. If they're not removed within 2 minutes, the boss will wipe the raid, so it's very important to get those plates off. Now to remove the plates, the raid must defeat the biker ads that are going to run in. So you'll see some red lines appear on the ground, some biker ads are going to show up. They need to be DPS down. Their bikes will then be left empty for somebody to interact with and get in the bike. You then aim the bike at the boss and hit the number 1 key. It's going to launch the bike at the boss to hit it. For each time the boss is hit with one of these bikes, it will remove 1 stack of the protective plating. Now in the heroic mode, we are going to see some oil slicks. We'll see these big purple circles get put on somebody. In our raid, we like to leave them behind the boss. We rotate the boss around the room clockwise, and we put the oil slicks behind the boss, not leading it. If one of the ads runs into one of the oil slicks, it will not hit the boss. So you don't want to shoot the bikes off if they're going to run through an oil slick. If they're already standing in an oil slick, it's fine, as long as they don't run through another oil slick. Now to get rid of these oil slicks, people will also be targeted with some fire. It's called incendiary fire. So as you run away, you leave little drops of little puddles of fire behind you, and you want to run into the oil slicks. If you get this on you, it'll burn up the oil slick and leave room for another one again. So that's how you get rid of the oil slicks in heroic only. In normal, you don't have to worry about this mechanic. Now once you get into phase 2, called mechanical breakdown, which occurs when all the protective plating has been removed, it's going to begin a 45-second burn phase. So this is an ideal time to use your heroism / bloodlust, as the boss does take increased damage. Now ads are going to run out towards the boss and try to repair it during this phase, and it is important to interrupt and CC them to ensure the casts do not get off. If any casts do get off, it's going to shorten the amount of time that you have in the burn phase, and then the less damage that you can do to the boss. Now you can DPS the ads down if you want to AoE them. It should not be a priority, however, though, because they will go away when the phase ends. So main thing is to keep them interrupted. If you need to kill them to interrupt them, that's fine, but it may be easier just to stun them, interrupt them, and keep as much damage as you can on the boss during this burn phase. Now when the burn phase is over, you're going to restart back into phase 1 again, and it's just rinse and repeat. So the main thing that you're doing this phase, making sure that you're not standing in any fire. So there's going to be some orange fire circles that are going to pop up that you need to move out of. Also the red columns that are going to show up from the ads that are charging in. Make sure you're not standing in those. Again, on heroic, you're going to get the big purple circles on you. Simply run those out behind the boss or wherever your raid is designated. And if you get the incendiary fire on you, make sure you run into the oil slicks, heroic only, which will burn up the oil slicks and allow you to make sure you're crashing as many cars into the boss so that you can get it done as soon as possible. Alright, well I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, hit that like button, I would appreciate it a lot. We will see you at the next video. Take care for now.